Okay, welcome to Black Pearl
and White Pearl
makeup session today. Okay, so today, right, we're going to try something really different.
So what are we trying today?
Okay, so today we're just going to do men's foundation and contouring.
Wow! So for all the men out there, right, just do come in and follow and like us, right, on this video because this episode is created specially just for you.
Just for guys. Yes. And also, right, for this one, right, we just realized that a lot of times when we do makeup, the first thing that we think of is females. Yeah, and we actually neglected the guys who actually who aspire to be flower boys, who aspire to look good, to enhance their features as well. Okay, so today, right, you see we have two nice white chairs here, meaning we have
two models.
Yeah, we have two non-model with us. Non-model, male models with us today. Okay, so both of them are very handsome. And both of them are very young as well. Okay, so today we are going to they're both bare face right now also. So they will we'll see how we can go about doing our foundation and contouring on them so that to help them cover their flaws and also help them enhance their features. Alright. So firstly, White Pearl, who do you have?
Today I have a very special guest. Alright. So let's introduce him before I continue to bring him on the camera. But okay, so welcome our Wei Lun.
Hello.
Yeah, actually, you can sit down first. Yeah. Yeah. So this will be my guest for today. Yeah, and then so do we introduce yourself first before we invite the next model in? So Wei Lun.
Yes.
So understood. Yeah, male. Okay, that's the obvious question. Sorry, but so do you usually do makeup for yourself?
No, I don't actually do makeup. But I started taking care of my skin maybe a few years ago. So do some simple skincare routine.
So I believe you are the Aini one also, right?
Yeah,
a bit like you want to look very good on screen, I believe. I think that's the wish of everybody out there. So don't worry. Today we will make you look
Aaron Koch.
Aaron Koch. Okay, I'll try my best. I'll definitely look very different from your naked face. Okay? So Okay, so
next up, right? Okay, I have someone from Korea. Someone like Korean alike. Okay, with his Mimi Yan. Okay, so let's welcome my model Jasmin.
안녕하세요.
Hello everyone, my name is Jasmin, aka Sabah Rain.
Okay, so actually I want to ask Jasmin, do you actually do makeup?
No, in fact I started my skincare around 6 years ago. So the most I only put sunblock, not more than that. Yeah.
Okay, so that means today will be something quite new for you, like to put foundation and do contouring also, right?
Yeah, will I be like, he's looking for to be an Eric Koch, maybe I'm Andy Lau.
I thought you want to be Rain. The real Rain.
No, of course.
So you can do some wave also.
Wow.
Okay, so without further ado, right, let's cut the chase short. Okay, so we are going to show, because you can see that both of them are a little bit different in terms of the skin tone, in terms of their skin concern. So actually, I want to ask both of you, right? Are there anything that y'all would like to? What are some of your concerns when it comes to doing foundation? Are there anything that you would like to cover up, or what are some of the concerns that you may have?
For myself, it's not much because seriously, I don't really care. Like I said, I really don't care. So the most like I say is that I just put sunblock. Yeah, but maybe the eye circle. Yeah, that would be the main concern.
Okay.
For me, my skin is actually very sensitive. Super sensitive.
Sure.
So it's actually very red. Even if I just wash my face, it'll be very red. So I didn't used to take care of my skin when I was young. Do a lot of track and field, then do hard, just like wash and like don't really care about it lah. Basically, don't take care of my skin. So have a lot of scars. So probably like covering up with foundation would probably be one of the things that I'll
to make it look more
look nicer.
Pleasant and
presentable.
That's the right word.
Okay, so like this, right? Okay, we're gonna start because both of them have different concerns, so the way that we do our foundation will be different. Okay, so and also their skin tone and everything will be different. So okay, we will just start with.
Shall we do a before photo?
Oh yes,
Oh.
yeah. Okay, let's start with a before photo. Okay. Yep. So I'll take their before photo.
So we take for them, huh? Or they selfie?
No, mind lah. We take for
We
them.
take for them, huh? Okay, can.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah, I can see your face. Okay, 1.
Yeah, so this is the before photo for Javier, as you can see here. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, where's my camera? This is before photo.
Okay, so we're gonna do a contrast after the session, and later we'll post the photos on our Art.sphere the 1969 Facebook page. Alright, so just look out for it. Alright, okay, so without further ado, let's start. So Xu, what will you do first?
So for me, right, because like Wei Lun mentioned that his face is actually on the sensitive side, especially maybe towards the pollutants or even the sun itself. So first thing first, after his skincare regime, I think he has done up his facial and skincare regime for today. So we will be starting with a foundation. Why foundation is very important is because actually it does really help us to block away the harmful SPF, because his face is already very sensitive. And to avoid hurting it further, yeah, we have to do some block as a base after your moisturizing step. Okay, so today we'll be using this Ideal Radiance UV Protect. This has a 50 SPF++, so it really helps you to block away the harmful UVA and UVB from the sun. Because now it's still afternoon, so when you step out of the house, be it indoor or outdoor, right, you also have the UV light that is very harmful to your face. Okay, so Jasmine, we are doing full face?
Yes. Let's do full face.
Full face, huh?
Okay, then you can see the difference right
Okay,
after.
so while I apply this on Wei Lun, Jasmine will continue with the
Okay, so for me, right, I got something a little bit more different because I'm someone who really loves primers. Those who have followed my series will know that I love Exact Fit primer. Okay, this is my favorite Artistry Exact Fit Beauty Perfecting Primer. Okay, so this Perfecting Primer I think is very good because beforehand you don't even need to put in your sunblock. I mean, you often put on sunblock, but this is like it's like 2 in 1. Your sunscreen plus your primer to help you even out your difference in color, skin tone, especially when you have dark circles. Also, it can help you to even out the color before you put on your foundation. So that your foundation wouldn't have a contrast with color. Okay. So what I will do is, and also this one is why I say it's actually as a very good sunscreen also because it also have the SPF of 35 and also block UVA and UVB as well because it has PA++++. Okay, so this one right is also very good for you also have very hydrating also because I know like guys right, it's not very common to see guys bring a makeup pouch, go to the toilet and touch up the makeup, right? So it's something not very common for guys. So that's why the makeup has to be something that can help them be very long wearing. So I introduced this primer because this actually gives you about it can be very long wearing for 24 hours, so they don't have to worry to have to get a makeup pouch and touch up your makeup. Okay, so let me start with this primer. Okay,
Just say maybe you need to move your camera.
yeah, sure, no problem. Okay, so that we can
show our audience lah.
Yes,
That we can do it on the side by side.
yeah,
To show
sure.
how we apply and things like that.
Okay.
So basically right now I'm putting on the sunscreen, okay, the Ideal Radiant sunscreen on Wei Lun's face. So I will try to avoid the eye area lah, because eye area are more sensitive. And his face is really, really very sensitive. Yeah, a lot of yeah, because I believe he needs to start take precious care of his skin, even all the way to the neck area, because the neck belongs to your face as well.
So for my model, right, it's a little bit different because he's not that sensitive, but as in the skin type is not that sensitive, not easily irritable, the face. So I think one good thing is that it's very easy to apply makeup and because the texture is quite smooth. But I think one thing to take note is that he has a lot of freckles. Okay, so these are things to take note. So that's why having something with a high SPF and PA is very important, so that it can help him to prevent all this becoming let these spots become darker or having more freckles. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, usually the primer step I tend to put a little bit more because this step is very important in helping you to even out your tone, even out your skin tone. And one good thing about this, right, is that you can also apply it on eyes. Okay, so because our eyelids usually are very, as you can see, right, the eyelids actually a little bit more off color than the rest of the face. So this makeup, right? Okay, it has actually stated that you can actually put on your eyes. It will not cause any sensitivity or those pao on your face also. Yeah. So for guys who are mostly also on the oily side, okay, you can also use this primer very, very comfortably because it also prevents blackheads also. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Jasmine, you are contouring.
No, primering.
Primering. Yeah. So back to my model. So I'm doing applying the primer on him right now. So what I have on hand, right, is this Artistry Studio Shanghai edition, the newly launched edition. It's not only for females that can use, we can use it on the male as well. So for Wei Lun's, right, because his face is more of the sensitive where there is pimples or even pores, right? So I'll be using the matte finishing primer itself. So this matte finishing primer, right, actually does help to control the sebum generation for especially for oily skin. If you have this primer on your face for the whole day itself, this will be applied before the foundation and after the sunscreen. So it does really help to control your face from not excreting too much sebum. So your face can stay, and even your foundation makeup can stay on your face for a longer period of time throughout the day, right? So yeah, and the color of this primer is more of like the foundation color, but not so thick. So it's a bit brown, orangey in color. It really actually does suit our face color. And one thing about the primer is, right, because like Lun said, his face is really very sensitive with a little bit of scar, which was from previously it happens. So with the primer itself, it really helps to even out your scars and even help to fill the pores and make your next step much more easier. So that when you put on your foundation, right, the foundation won't be like stuck in the pores and things like that. It makes it a more even out skin tone. Alright. So yeah, I'll continue with this.
Okay, so for me, right, like what I say, he has a lot of like little spots and freckles around. So what I will do is I will actually put on the light concealer first to help him cover up some of the spots first. Okay, because some of the spots are actually a bit dark. Okay, so just have to just dab on those areas where he has spots. I look a little bit funny on screen first. But very big, you'll be gone. So I think mostly it's on the cheek also. Yeah, mostly the freckles and spots are on his cheek. Okay, so this is very easy to use. This liquid concealer is very easy to use because it's very easy. You can just dab and then just apply and then just blend in together with the rest of your face, just like this. You just have to dab it gently. No need to use blood.
Yep. For those who have just joined us, right, on our Facebook Live, do feel free to like and follow us. And if you happen to have any questions about any steps that we are applying on our model, right, you can just put down your comment. So we will answer them accordingly. Okay?
And if you're male, even watching our live video, right, feel free to comment. You would like us to actually do a makeup for you one-on-one.
Okay, you can actually come to our beautiful loft here.
Yeah.
Just contact us and then for a makeover, for guys makeover.
Yeah, drop your comments below. Yeah, and you can come to we can actually do a session for you also to do your makeup on your face. Okay, simple makeup. Alright, and also not
Awesome.
and not forgetting also the eyes. Okay, for his eyes. Okay, I'll put on a bit of concealer to even out the final tone. Okay.
Jasmine, can I continue?
Yeah, sure.
I'll go with the next step already, yeah. I one step ahead first. Okay, so for me, right, after I put on the primer on Wei Lun's face, right, to make the face look more presentable on screen, as in not because he's not handsome, but make the whole look more defined. He's definitely very handsome, right, before the makeup. Okay, so I think after the contouring and the foundation, right, he will even look more 迷人, like what he said, he wants to achieve the Aaron pop. Yeah, it's more sculpted and more mesmerizing when you look on screen, because sometimes on screen, if you have a bare face, it's really very naked. You will feel that it's actually, you don't look that lively and things like that. But with a foundation and a contouring effect, right, it really make your face look more defined in your features that you want to enhance. Okay, so for me, I'll be using this another edition of FP3 Studio. This is our Tokyo edition. Okay, so for this Tokyo edition, right, it's actually for there's a corrector and a foundation inside. Okay, so I'll be using the corrector to correct his redness on his face and also the dark eye circles before I put on the foundation color. Right, so for the corrector, the green, right, is more of like contrasting out the redness that he has from his pimple scars. And then for the purple itself, it covers the dark eye circles and also help to increase the radiance of the face. So I will just proceed.
So for me, right, what I did just now was that I actually cover up his dark eye circles because that was his main concern, right, just now. Okay, so I tried using the light concealer to cover up his dark eye circles. So you know, as for Korean flower boys, right, most of them are very fair in complexion. So actually for him, right, I actually used the lightest shade to do his base, to do his concealing. Okay, as for the primer, right, there is no the primer, right, there's only just one color, because this one good thing about the primer is that it will just set in to the color of your skin, and then it will just fit in very nicely. So for the primer, right, it's just one color suits all. Okay, basically you just need this one tube and it can actually help you cover up a lot of your blemishes and also to fill out some of the unevenness of your skin also. So right now, right, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going straight into the foundation already. So what I have here with me is this Ideal Radiance CC cream. Okay, there is only two shades for this. This is light. Okay, there's also another one that is light medium. Okay, so this is to add on. Like what I said, he's I think from his skin that because I can see close up. Okay, so when I see his face, right, I think the one of the thing that is more prevalent is really the kind of freckles that he has on his cheeks. Yeah, so I think this is something that can help him because of the protection, that it can actually give to him also. Okay, so you can see there's actually SPF 50, and then UVA and UVB protection also. So, and one good thing about this color is that, right, it is very light and it can actually adjust accordingly to your skin color. Okay, so no matter, because right now you can see it's actually the first layer is up. So basically even out the skin tone, and now adding on the foundation will give it another kind of radiance and glow. All right, so I'm going to put on this CC cream. Okay, you can see all these are very, very light foundation. So you can see this is actually the light color. Okay, and I'll just, because his face is actually generally quite small, so you don't really need a lot of, you squeeze a lot. Okay, actually quite safe on foundation also, all right? Okay, so I'll just gently, wipe it over, spread it out, okay? So I think for guys, right, mostly I don't think they will love using a brush and then put the foundation.
A brush.
So I tend to use my hands for it because I think guys want it for fast, to go out very quickly. So I will usually use hand to make it faster. But of course, using brush has its own merits as well, because brush, right, can actually cover little areas. It depends on how delicate and intricate you want to be. Yeah. Okay. So, okay.
I have just finished putting the corrector, the green and purple corrector on Raymon's face, and now I'm on the foundation set already. Okay, so when you're choosing foundation, right, it's also very important. Imagine you're a very fair person, and then you can't possibly choose a foundation color like 1 or 2 tone darker. So how do you usually test for foundation color, right? You just have to take the foundation color and then put it at the darkest spot of your face, which is usually at the jawline area, to see whether the color suits you or not. So if let's say the color is too dark, right, you have to choose 1 tone lighter. And usually for our foundation color, right, it will generally when you put from the start of the day, you might think it's actually too white. But then after that, after you went out to the step out of your house, and then over time, the foundation color will slowly sit in. So you can actually choose one tone that is slightly lighter than the foundation color. So what the color I'm choosing for Lilun is the light medium. Okay, for this Tokyo Artistry Studio series, right? To not make it look very fair, because we do have one tone lighter than this, but that will be more suitable for really very fair guys or ladies per se, right? Wow, 冷场啊 Jasmin.
So sorry.
Sorry. We are very focused on our art piece.
Yeah, because there is an error code in making, there is another rain in making. So
You want to be loud.
Okay. 两大天王 I know.
Try out, okay?
We are trying our very best. I'm sure you will look like them. Very
Some
confident.
old.
Wow, they are very 魅力的男人. They have the charming and the mesmerizing.
重点是得耐看 you know.
Yeah,
For so
耐看
many years. Yeah.
So when you apply foundation, right, just try to cover up the areas on your dark eye circles as well. If not, if you don't do it on your eyes, it will look like two tiny patch of black and done.
And also one note, you guys, right? Neck is also something that you cannot forget. Okay, it's not just only the face that is important, but you also need to realize that your neck actually is connected to your face. So you also have to put your foundation on the neck as well.
Jasmin is massaging the model face. I like to use the hand.
Basically, right, it needs to be the coverage has to be complete for your face and also for your neck. Okay, so right now, right, I have finished the part on the foundation. So what I will do now is I'll put a very I need to set the makeup. Okay, so like what I mentioned, right? Guys don't like to get a makeup pouch, go to the toilet and they touch on the makeup. So what they have to do is they have to what I do is that you actually put some loose powder on him such that it can hold on, the makeup actually holds on.
不要冷场，不要冷场。Don't laugh, don't laugh. You're live.
Okay, so 等一下 no
Nice, Jasmin. 你看到帅哥很紧张哎 ，Don't be so 紧张。
Okay, wait Okay, so basically, right, for loose powder, right, it's very simple. You just have to have a small amount like this, okay, and then actually I will use brush to quickly just brush it across will do. Okay. Okay, so just sweep it across, just give it some something back.
It's not red. Yeah, my model say his foundation just sort of covered his redness and the dark eye circles slightly. Yeah. So he's quite amazed, you know. Aaron caught in the making. Yeah. So for me, right, I prefer to contour first before I set the whole makeup itself. Because why? My contouring is also in the cream base one. So for me, if I set already, then I do a cream base on it. It looks very like two different layers, one cream, one powdery. So for me, I'll move on to the contouring step where I'll be using this compact powder as well. Like I mentioned earlier, there's 5 different colors to it. So I'll be using the 4th color, which is the medium deep. Yeah, medium deep. Okay. So this one is slightly different. As you can see, they also have the character, but then the character is different. So this is more targeting for darker skin tone people. But for me, I'm using this as a contouring color, which is this contouring color. Yeah, this is a darker shade. See? More chocolatey color. Okay, but don't worry, when you put it on, it might look very abstract. But then once you blend the contouring well, it will really define your features. Okay? So I'll just start with the contouring step.
Okay.
Yep.
So for me, right, okay, I set the makeup already, but now it's my turn to do contouring also. But my way of doing contouring is actually using the concealer, okay? So this range of concealer, right, apart from the different shades that you have, right, one good thing is it actually has the brightener. You can see brightener over here. Okay, so this brightener is actually very useful for you to put on as well as a highlighting also. So you can highlight, like you mentioned just now, the one thing that worries the most is dark eye circle. Okay, so I will just put it at the under eye and also at the forehead, the nose, and also here. Because as Asians, right, our features are not that defined and not that enhanced, not as 3D. So that's why we need to do a little bit more contouring to give it a more sharper look, and then it will actually look more distinctive than the rest of the people, right? Okay, so I mean for guys, right, even though contouring actually does help a lot in terms of making the face look more 精致, more delicate and more intricate, because nowadays we realize doing makeup is really about being very intricate and nice, and you know when you go out, right, you're out there to be very impressible on other people. All right, so I'll just put this. As you can see, it's very easy to apply.
Can take a look before I blend.
Okay, just put on the under eye. Yeah.
So usually how we contour, right? Usually how we contour is usually we will shape up the, because if your face is really very big, so we will have to shape out the outer line of our face to make it look more smaller. And also for the nose, right, it's also to make it look more sharp. So by doing this contouring, the outline it, so it really does have the illusion to make your face look smaller and your nose look sharper. So after that, I have outline ready, I will start to blend it in. So to make it look like don't have an obvious line of contouring over here, right?
So for me, yeah, I'm just using finger all the way. Yeah, magic finger, and you know it's about just having, just being able to blend it very well, because one good thing is that all the things that I've actually applied on his face are all liquid base. So the kind of like blending and mixing makes it so much easier than, you know, if you use products that is like stick concealer, for example. Then it becomes, you know, it's more cream based and the mixture will not be nice. And sometimes you may even have lumps that is around. So having that, having a liquid concealer, liquid highlighting is actually very useful and very fast. So all you have to do is just use your fingers and that, okay, to give it a more highlighting look. So this is actually, highlighting is to make areas, okay, that you want to 凸出来, yeah, protruding out to make it more, even more outstanding. Because like what I say, Asians, our features are not as prominent as those of other of Westerners. Okay, so
Yeah, when you do contouring, don't forget your jawlines. Yeah, it does really look more masculine. I don't know how to pronounce this. Is 男人味, because 男人 like the jawline to be very defined. Yeah, so to make it look more like an angmoh feature. Although he want to look like Aaron Kwok, but Aaron Kwok also have the very defined the jawlines over there. Okay, Brad Pitt. Oh, he wants to look like Brad Pitt now. Okay, I'll make your nose very sharp. Right.
okay, so right now, okay, after this highlighting step, right, I'm also going to do the contouring part for JJ also, okay, to make it more 3D for him.
Trendy.
Yes.
Because usually Asians, like what Jasmin said, right, we have more flat features, not like those Caucasians where they are very deep set eyes, very sharp nose. So we have to go ahead with our contouring skills to make us look more sharp in terms of our features and look more presentable on screen.
So essentially, it's just, in short, like, it's just to make sure that our features looks more prominent, and this is something that we have to know in order to make our face and features even more nicer also lah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I actually took a darker shade now. Okay, because just now I used light on him, now I actually use medium deep on him. This medium is going to be the one that's doing the contouring for him as well for his entire face. So what I will do is I'll look on the edges of his face. I know his face is a little bit is considerably smaller, okay, but
Not like on my face. My face is quite big.
you see, look at my face and compare to his face
Look at our
is
face
smaller,
compared to our
okay?
model face.
But the thing is that it's also good to make it even more defined and sharper, like what she mentioned, like what White Pearl mentioned just now, right? To make it even sharper, such that, you know, it becomes like really like
Enhance
like Korean makeup also. All right. So what I usually do is it's like you actually mark out the areas first when we have to do the highlight. So what I will do is I'll do it at the jawline.
Okay. So I'll go ahead with some highlighting as well.
Yeah.
So to enhance because we do a deep setting contouring just now. So to make the nose and maybe the cheek area look a little bit more defined. Okay, so we have to go with the highlighting.
Oh my goodness.
Nose, cheek. Yeah. Guys sometimes don't have the apple cheek. Cheek, is it called apple cheek?
So essentially, because Asian like us, right, we do not have that 先天优势. So yeah, we 靠后天努力, okay? Okay, to with your makeup skills and make sure that you become better. All right, to look better. Okay, so fret not.
Fret.
Even we are born with not very distinct features, but we can always learn to become more enhance our features on our own also with the right makeup skills actually. Okay, so over here, might look a bit weird on screen now, but later you will be fine. Okay, and also for the eyes. Okay, so for the eyes, right? Yeah, like he is mini. So most of the time, if he wants to go and 电人家的话, right? You know, he needs to make his eyes a little bit more with 有神. Okay, so another way is actually to contour the socket over here such that it looks more set in. Okay, so this is where I think on screen you'll be able to see very clearly where I actually do the contouring. All right. Okay, so for this one, I will actually use my little brush to help me with the blending because of the color difference, so to make it even easier. So what I usually do for the edges, right? I will just wipe it in. Okay, just go inwards.
Okay, I'm done with the contouring and highlighting for Weigun. For those who have just joined us on live, right? Yeah, we are doing men's contouring and foundation today. So for those who really want to learn this skill and do it on your husband, your boyfriend, or even you want to do it on yourself if you're a guy, just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Yeah, thank you for staying tuned all the way till now. I hope you get some tips on how to do for the different face type on the different guys, especially for if let's say you have some skin condition or even if you have some dark eye circles to issues to tackle. Alright, so now after I've put on the foundation and the contouring on Wei Lun's face, right, I'll be setting his makeup so that this makeup can actually stay for a longer period of time throughout the day. Because just now, whatever the foundation, even the primer that we have used is more of a cream base. So it will sometimes if you are more of an oily skin, right, and you use a cream based product, right, then your face will look more oily over time because our face will excrete the sebum. But to use a loose powder to set it so that your face will look more matte, then it will give you a more natural feeling rather than a very oily kind of feeling throughout the day. Okay, so the color I'll be using will be the light color, Okay, because Wei Lun is not that fair. It's not that dark. So I will not be using the medium color because it will really make him look one tone darker with that, right? So same thing, use a brush for this. Simply tap it on to make just now the foundation stay, right? Jasmin, where are you now?
I'm
Contouring.
I lost, but anyway.
Okay, lost.
No, I'm not lost. But right now I'm still at the contouring stage. Okay, so now I'm doing actually the eyes part. Okay, so it's to blend in with his foundation just now. The CC cream that I just put it in. Okay.
Okay. Actually, sometimes when you do foundation, right, be for ladies or men, it really does help you to make your face look smaller. Yeah, I can see Jacob's face getting smaller with Jasmin's contouring.
Yeah, because it actually, by putting the contouring on the edges, it actually helps when people look at you. It's more focused on his features in the middle, by the eyes, nose, and mouth. Okay, so yeah, this actually helps people to actually capture your features more easily. Right. So it's now about more about blending in. So for a better blend, usually I'll use a brush.
Okay, I am done. Okay, let me just see if there's any questions. Quick one.
Okay,
Yeah, I saw a question from Chao Nan. She said that the foundation covers the redness so well. I believe she's talking about you. Do you feel that it's well covered?
Yeah. In fact, I don't see any.
But okay, although from far, right, I see a bit of the bumps here and there because your skin naturally, even with the primer, it still does have a little bit of
A lot of
flaws. Like,
scarring,
yeah, but don't worry. I think it's really doing a good job with the corrector plus the primer and the foundation. Yep. So we also had another comment. Handsome than Aaron Kwok. Wow, by Candy. Oh, I like that. Because my model is Aaron Kwok. Look alike. Yeah, and I saw another question from Tommy. Not question, I comment. He said, yeah, please make up for me. Right. So if let's say you are looking at, for those who are tuning in to our live right now, and you really wish to come down physically to the loft and let us do a makeup on you, and in the same time you can learn some skills to help yourself, because once we do it for you, you can sort of know how you can do it at yourself, by yourself at home any time of the day if you need a makeup to be put on. So just contact us. My number is 9144-5506. I'm Shiyun, and Jasmine's number is
97551283.
Yeah, so you can just contact either of us so that we can arrange for you to come down physically to the loft. And then so beautiful, right? Our setup, so you can actually enjoy the beautician to help you to makeup artist to help you draw, as well as you can learn the skills for yourself as well. All right. Yep.
Okay, so now is JBS. I'm done with JBS foundation and contouring. Okay, so basically, I've also set up. I've actually set his makeup also using the light loose powder exactly. Okay, again after the contouring, so as to give him an overall features that is quite make his face even look even more 精致, more intricate and delicate. Yeah, and also to help him fulfill his dream of becoming a Sabah.
No,
also,
you said Andy Lau.
yeah, Andy Lau also. So you have Aaron Kwok and Andy Lau over here. Okay, so this is actually the how he actually looks like after the foundation and also the contouring. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we can take after photo. Alright. Okay.
So you can do a comparison later on after we post it on the our Facebook group. Okay. So to enhance. 1, 2, 3. Is it good?
Okay. You can see. This is his photo after photo. Alright.
And I'll show you the after photo. Is it clear? This is the before photo. Wait, right?
So okay, how about we let our models share about their experience after this foundation and contouring session?
Well, personally, this is my first time to have all this makeup contouring all on myself. So and just like what Blackbird just said, she's using all the liquid. For myself, I thought all the liquid will be very sticky. In fact, but it's not. It's still so light. I don't feel any burden on my face. And yeah, thanks to her, I feel that my eye circle is covered and all the freckles. Thank you very much.
How about Waylon?
Actually, kind of like the same
Feel.
Yeah. It's not heavy. It's kind of like I kind of like it because it's cream.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm applying some very 滋润的东西, like
Moisturizing.
things on my face, and it really looks pretty good.
It does cover some.
Yeah, it does cover a
soft
lot of
areas,
my
right?
my redness and everything. Yeah, it looks and it looks like very presentable. Very pleasant.
Yeah.
I really like it.
I like it so much too.
Thanks for being our model today. I hope you guys really like our contouring and foundation for you both. Yeah.
I do, definitely.
Okay, so okay, that concludes our session
For today. So do watch out for our before and after photos on our Art Sphere, the 1969 Facebook page. Okay, you can actually see the before and after photos, before foundation, after foundation. And also, not forgetting, okay, later at about 5 p.m., okay, stay tuned to our Art Sphere, the 1969 page, because we have Wong Si Live.
But she today not cooking.
Yes,
She's doing upcycling.
T-shirt, okay, where you can actually recycle your old t-shirts and you can redesign it to make it a new piece yet again. Yeah. All right, so stay tuned to 5 p.m. and for our Woxie Live for her upcycling t-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and also not forgetting for those who actually would like us to you would like to learn about some makeups, also men's makeup also, feel free to drop a comments at the comment box below of this video, and or you can actually call us also.
Yeah.
You can call White Pearl at
9144-5506.
or Piper at 97551283, okay? So that we can actually we actually have a live session one-on-one and a very beautiful loft here to do a makeup session with you guys. Alright?
And not forgetting the last and most important thing, that next week, what we'll be doing for our models.
Yes, so next week, right, we are done with foundation and contouring, but definitely that's not going to be it, right?
Alright.
Yeah, so we still have, next week we are going to do on eyebrow shaping, okay, for guys, okay? So do stay tuned next week for our eyebrow shaping session. And okay, so same time and same time, same day, okay, on a Sunday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Alright? Okay, so thank you very much for watching our live till now, and goodbye.
Bye bye.
See you next week.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.